beauty besties, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is on the Bride of Frankenstein. I've wanted to do this makeup look for such a long time, but this is the first year that I have way more time to get different Halloween looks up. So I'm so excited that I was able to do this. I did do a voiceover because I kind of did things and created it as I went, so I didn't really go into it with a full plan. I pulled all this together as I was sitting here. The only thing I planned was the tattoos that I picked up from a Halloween store in somewhere out in Long Island, like super far. I did have some photos for reference, so if I can, I'm gonna link them down below. And I have to tell you, I kind of love how these tattoos look. I might want a tattoo. Anyway, I'll keep you updated on that. Definitely follow me on Snapchat to find out if I actually go get a tattoo or not now, because I just love how this looks. Anyway, here's today's video. So I hope that you like it. If you want to learn how to create this Bride of Frankenstein look, then please keep watching. So I'm starting with laying out the temporary tattoos first. These were just a random idea I had, but I actually really love them. And I'm using a damp beauty blender to kind of hold them in place because, I don't know, it just seemed easier, I guess. I remember doing these as a kid with like a damp, wet ass towel. Now I'm gonna go into my brows, and I really wanted to create that arched, like less of an arch, but straight brow pointing up. It's a little bit hard to explain, but I'm taking JCat Beauty's Brow Stylist because it's extremely pigmented, and you could see that I'm creating a new shape. But I have super duper thick brows. If you have thinner brows, this will be way easier for you. But I'm gonna have to go over my real brow with concealer to just kind of enhance the shape that I was creating. You could still see the real brow hair, but there's not much I could do because I was not about to shave off the tail of my brow. So I'm just using a straight concealer brush and packing it on the best that I can. And then I'm cleaning up the rest of the brows, and I like to drag it down towards the lid as well before I go in and prime my lids. I'm going to be taking Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer in the shade White because I knew I was going to use a white shadow, and the best way for that to pop is by using a white primer. And I'm blending it out using a fluffy brush. Now I'm going in with tape. I stick it on my hand first so that way to take off some of the adhesive, and then line up the tape on the corner of my eyes in the direction that I want my shadow to go. So for this, I really wanted it to point directly out because I'll be doing a cut crease. For this look, I'm using the Euphoria Matte Pro palettes, and I'm starting with the cream shade to just set that primer. That way all the other shadows blend on top nicely. And then taking this really light, kind of mauve nude shade, I'm starting to build into my crease using a blending brush. And I just really work in the color lightly because I was trying to be really precise for this cut crease. And you can see that the colors kind of darken up as I keep adding more. And then I take a dark brown and do the same exact thing. So if you know how to do a cut crease, you're going to be able to do this pretty easily because the eyes aren't really that dramatic. It's just, you know, a cut crease. And now I'm taking an eyeliner brush and working in the black because this cut crease is like white and black just to go with the rest of the aesthetic. And I work in the colors because cut creases are a lot more difficult for me because my eyes have extra skin, and I find that if you build the color in and keep blending and kind of go from building into blending, building into blending, it works out a lot better. And then to cut the crease, I'm actually taking that same flathead concealer brush with the white lid primer, and then just moving it all over the lid and going back in like I told you before and just working in some more of that black so it looks a little bit more dramatic. I'm going to be taking this shimmer white shade. It's like a stark white shimmer, really beautiful, from the another Euphoria Pro palette. I linked it down below. And I'm just going to be using that as the base color, but adding in a little bit more depth because sometimes with shimmer shades it can overpower the cut crease. And then I'm taking my favorite Sephora liquid liner and doing a super dramatic wing. I'm going to wing out that liner. To prime my face, I'm using the Origins Matte Moisturizer. It's supposed to double as a makeup primer. I'm not 100% sure if I love it yet. I know it smells really good, but I'm going to continue trying it and keep you updated. But I believe it's available at Sephora right now. If you have oily skin, it's a good makeup primer. Also, the Fenty Beauty foundation is amazing, and I wanted this look to kind of be more modern, so I'm actually going to go with my skin tone, but the contour is going to be super dramatic. And for that, I was using an IT Cosmetics brush, but I didn't really like it, so I went over with a beauty blender to try to press it into the skin a little bit more. To do a really dramatic contour, I'm going to use the KKW contour stick in medium. I did use the tan shade because I kind of had a little bit more of a tan going on, and I'm doing a super heavy contour. So you'll see that I added a whole bunch on my cheeks. And I'm going to blend it out using a small buffer brush because I feel like this will keep it more concentrated and more dramatic rather than blending it into the skin tone, because the contour and highlight have to be a big contrast. To highlight, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in light to medium, which is a lot lighter than my skin tone right now. And you can see I'm really building it up so the cheekbone looks super high, and I'm dragging it upwards all the way towards the wing, and then blending that out using a beauty blender. Using RCMA No Color Powder, I'm going to bake underneath my eyes and pack on a bunch of powder because I'm going to go in and do the lower lash line with black eyeliner in the waterline, and then I'm going to connect the wing to some black shadow underneath the waterline on that lower lash line, and really building in a lot of black, so that's why I left the powder there. Dusting off the powder and just setting the rest of my face a little bit by dragging it all over. I'm going to go in with a Kevyn Aucoin contour just to set everywhere that I contoured so everything looks matte, and it still needs to be blended even though it's super dramatic. It's not really a contour you'd wear for your typical glam look, but I still wanted it to be set in place so it doesn't move. I'm going to set the skin before moving on to my lashes, that way I don't wet my mascara. I'm using Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara because I love this one. It is so amazing. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it out. And just using the same black eyeliner, I'm going to line my lips to create that black to red ombre. And I'm going to use a matte lipstick. This one's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's actually black and it's so good. A lot of black lipsticks aren't that great. This one's amazing. And I linked it for you. I believe it's called Smoke, but I linked it down below. And then I'm going to use a glossy red lip, and that's how I created this ombre. It's really super simple. Popped on some lashes. These are from Flutter Lashes, super dramatic. And using a nude eyeliner, sketching out where I want to put my stitches. This part you could really, it's up to you, but that's just where I wanted to sketch them out. And I'm using a Wolfie FX watercolor paint palette. And it's for face paint, it's water activated, and I just use art brushes that I get at Michael's. And I start with white and just adding a little bit more into the hairline. And using the lipstick kind of like as a cream color, I'm going right over the white to give it that real stitchy kind of dried blood look. And I'm just using lipstick because it'll go with the lip color too. You could use a red cream color if you want, but it should look like this. Just really blend it over the white. And then I'm using black right over top and keeping that line kind of thin, as if it was scabbed up or something. I don't really know how to explain it, but I was just kind of going what I would think fucked up Frankenstein stitches would look like. And then I'm taking white again and creating stitches. At first I was kind of doing them super straight, and then I was like, wait, it's supposed to look kind of botched. And that's when I started making them a little slanted and just spaced weird, because The Bride of Frankenstein was stitched together. And I'm just gonna set that again. So here you go, here's the finished look. I hope that you like it. Please tag me in any recreations because I would love to see them. And comment down below if you like it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you next time.